Listen to where Audrey Marks, she said down in Manchester last night. Listen to this. Listen to this, Jamaica.
Under fire for what some have described as politically tribal behavior, Member of Parliament candidate for Northeast Manchester, Ambassador Audrey Marks, is pushing back, insisting that the recent distribution of water tanks to Jamaica Labour Party supporters was not state-funded, but rather a personal initiative to ease the water woes in the constituency. Details in this report.
The Northeast Manchester MP hopeful made the declaration during a constituency function last evening, where she faced criticism from political rivals who accused her of favoritism in the rollout of the tanks. But the MP aspirant was defiant, saying the effort was a private response to the community's needs and promising that more tanks would be delivered as a short-term solution to the ongoing water challenges.
I'm not a member of Parliament, so I don't give out water tanks on the government system, but as your MP candidate, I hear you and I hear your needs. And as someone who understands how to take care of your workers, whether in business or in politics, I will always respond to your needs.
In a further pledge to community development, Mrs. Marks announced that she would be expanding the back-to-school education program started by her predecessor, Audrey.
Tonight, I will tell you on building on the legacy of our Prime Minister, Norman Lord. I have established a special program in my foundation, and I put in the first $1 million for the children of workers of Northeast Manchester.
The event, held to honor long-serving party workers, also featured the presentation of plaques and certificates in recognition of their years of service. O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
You know what is very disturbing? Leaving diplomatic circles to be coming to give out black tanks. Leaving diplomatic circle, Claudette, to come and give out black tanks. What can go so? May I leave diplomatic circle to say me want to come give up black tank? And then on top of that, she comes and go say, Pastor Christine picnic first. Then on top of that, she say, our private resources she use. So where you get the private resources? Because no private resources give it to poor people, you know. No, take up private resources. Give to poor people. Because it is not in your nature to give to people. It is not in your nature to support people. It is in the nature of you people to exploit people. It is in the nature of you people to degrade people. It is in the nature of you people to sabotage people. That is the DNA of being a Labourite. Mash down, tear down, sabotage, and hold down. Repeat after me. The DNA of a Labourite. Mash down, tear down, sabotage, and hold down. Let me say it again. Mash down, tear down, hold down, and sabotage. That is the DNA of a Labourite. Isn't that the DNA? Mash down, tear down, hold down, and sabotage. And don't forget the part about the thieving. Don't forget to talk about the chopping and the capping. Because all them do is chop and cap. Chop.
What can go so?
All them do is chop and cap. All them do is chop and cap. So when you see she come about Pastor Christian or Pitney first, your Pitney should have christened years ago, at 32 years, you have Northeast Manchester and water now in the constituency. 32 years, Audrey Shaw dede. And what he has done, say my man a yard. Man a yard should have left now and said these are his legacies. Water crisis in Manchester shouldn't be something when man a yard Say him a man a yard. You should be shame. Shame. Me shame. Hold down, sabotage, mash down. And don't forget lick down. Because when everybody else have built up Jamaica labor writer Andrew Holness have built and mash it down. Oh, remember, Andrew Holness vehemently stood in the parliament and said, a clansman man, I do extortion round a Clifton. And when the realities came, I want Andrew Holness principal in a constituency. Who remembers that truth?
What can go so?
Was that truth, Jamaica? Who remembers that truth? That is actually one of his cronies was doing the skullduggery. That is the DNA for labor right. That tonight is the DNA for labor right. That is them DNA. Milton Samuda, no Milton Samuda. Metri Siaga, you come here. Hey, Claudette. When the Bible talk about God, I got confused them. Courtney. When the Bible talk about the God, I got confused. Your enemy shall come in one direction, but they shall flee in seven. No, sir. 7 different directions. Only not see the confusion where happening at the PSOJ. Only not hear say Metro Siaga begs with the government. Only not hear say no, watch him now, Siaga, Metro Siaga, the one who never have a problem a few weeks ago with the appointment of Dennis Strong is now upset because the government, after the Office of Services Commissions, chose secrecy in the FID job saga. So Metro Siaga can't know nothing how him friend Dennis Strong. But you see, God is sending confusion over there. I tell you, eternal Father, bless this land, guide us, keep us free from evil powers. Be our light. Be our light, oh God. Be our light. Be our light, oh God. Be our light. Be our light, oh God. Because confusion shall be their call. Metro Siaga, you not see nothing yet, you know. You not see nothing yet, you know, Metro Siaga. Metro Siaga, you not see nothing yet. God going to deal with you. God going to expose the belly of you. God going to expose, see that? And him what they are, you know. And see you know. The tower Biala happening against them, you know. Confused is just the beginning. I said so when Dennis Menace, I go have to go to court for the Prime Minister. Pan the witness stand, I gotta go confuse him. People of Jamaica, they might not resign, but you don't have altars for set God pan them. Tell God to confuse them. Tell God to confuse them. Keep us free from evil powers. You, Metro Siaga, you are evil. You, Metro Siaga, you are the epitome of evil. You, Metro Siaga, when you must protect the interests of the private consumers in this country. Because wholeness and you are friend. Because you and Dennis are friend. A friend of many is a friend of none. And when a friend can't look upon a friend and tell him say you're wrong, brethren, you don't have no moral fiber. You don't have no moral reputation. Metro Siaga, brimstone and fire. Brimstone and fire. Brimstone and fire upon your Metro Siaga. See that now? On the shame. Shame. Sorry, me I'm still every play. Hypocrites and parasites. Parasites. Them are hypocrite. Them parasitic to the country. They are parasitic to the country. They are soulless creatures. Parasitic to this country. So when you see Metro Siaga, him a come now, Jamaica. When you see Metro Siaga, come now. And a behave as though him a Mother Teresa's son. Or the paragon of virtue. Or Pope Leo the 14th. Or Pope Francis that just deceased. Or Pope Benedict. You have no innocence, Metro Siaga. You the epitome. You are the epitome of wickedness and skullduggery in the private sector organization of Jamaica. Transparency demand. You can't demand transparency when a few weeks ago you said there was nothing wrong with the appointment of Dennis Chum. Now you're coming to come talk about yes. You're upset that the government has blocked from understanding the FID. I said, so I'm going to use the election. And if you give him the third term, I said, so I'm going to blackmail no found in the government, in the private sector. Too late shall be a cry. Too late shall be a cry. Too late. Brimstone and fire upon you, Metro Siaga. Brimstone and fire. Brimstone and fire upon you. Because you the pick up, you are the epitome of hypocrisy. You and Kevin O'Brien Chang. The epitome of hypocrisy. The epitome. Two-side hypocrite. Two-side, two-faced hypocrite. Two-faced and bare-faced hypocrite. That is what you are. I bet you say because you don't find out how it go. I because you don't find out how it go, you come talk now. Two-side. Send up some fire blaze span him. Send up some fire blaze span him. Send up some fire blaze span him tonight, Jamaica. Hypocrite and parasite. That's what you are. All hypocrite. Real true hypocrite. All hypocrite. Real true and dirty hypocrite. Uno back Christopherton. Not one on looking and say, Christopherton, we need answers for the kind of skullduggery happening in the Ministry of Health. The whole on sit down and drink with Christopherton. Brimstone and fire power. Brimstone and fire power. Brimstone and fire power. All pirates, all colonizers, all colonizers you are. Brimstone and fire power. Time for Jamaica to rise up against this colloquial system of oppression. All pirates, yes, they are, bye-bye. They have robbed this country. They have stolen from this country and its people. And rather than they have uplifted the people in this country, they have all left us in further skullduggeries. Brimstone and fire on them. Brimstone and fire on them. Pirates indeed. Pirates indeed. Pirates indeed, Jamaica. Mm. 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 Pirates indeed. Yeah, man. Just remember that. All pirates. Pirates indeed. And when them done, Jamaica, you remember I showed you what is happening in this country? What do you think about the skullduggery happening in this country? When you think about the skullduggery, somebody has said, Andre, remember that you're on vacation. Yeah, me on vacation. On a vacation, this is a working vacation. Because me have a mission for continue in Jamaica. So when people say, oh, Andre, take it easy. Me can't take it easy when me see them kind of wickedness here happen to me people of Jamaica. Me can't take it easy when me see the pirates, them are ravish and a rape and a erode. You hear what I said? Me can't take it. Me now go take it. Me now go work with it, Jamaica. I'm not going to work with it. I'm not going to work with it. I'm not going to work with it. Lebanese them. Lebanese them. Lebanese them. I got a piece of bangarang happening in the parliament. I get a piece of bangarang happening in the parliament. We don't want to hear what happened at the houses of parliament. Hey, hey. Producer, find the speaker of the houses of parliament for me, no? Not the speaker, the clerk of the house. Only listen, me get a piece of juicy information, and me think you all want to hear it. Listen to this tonight. Listen to this tonight. Listen to this tonight.
A cry for help from the staff of the Houses of Parliament, Jamaica. Miss Lowe must go. Imagine working hard to overcome adversity, struggling to finish university, building a successful career, raising children as a single parent, only to face intimidation and the threat of losing your job in an environment where you should feel safe and respected. This is the harsh reality that many employees at the Houses of Parliament now face. Since the appointment of the current clerk to the Houses, troubling reports have surfaced. Bullying, wrongful termination and blatant disregard for GOJ regulations. The once revered institution is now clouded by fear, injustice and disillusionment. Here are just a few of the many troubling cases. Tensar 1, the HR department. The clerk is HR. The HR department has been crippled. The clerk reportedly threatens the director of HR if directives are not carried out. Hiring decisions now rest solely with the clerk, leading to rampant nepotism. The staff are crying out. 2. Miss Tara Evans, terminated without cause. Miss Evans, who was temporarily employed as a senior secretary and was terminated on November 2024 without any explanation. Her performance evaluations were positive, and she was recommended for appointment. Despite this, a further probationary period was given, and eventually her employment was terminated with no just cause. When will the injustice end? A cry for help. 3. Miss Tamesha McIntyre, fired without review. Miss McIntyre, who was temporarily employed as Senior Legislative Counsel, was terminated without a completed PER or any formal explanation. Her termination letter was handed to her on the last day of her employment, effectively ending her employment immediately. Is this a government institution or a personal enterprise? A cry for help. 4. Miss Nadine Riley, suspended indefinitely with pay. Miss Riley was suspended with pay pending an investigation, but no charges have been presented to date. Under the GOJ guidelines, there is no such provision for indefinite leave with pay. After months passed, she was taken back on to be put on interdiction. Where is the Office of the Services Commissions in this? The so-called investigation is still pending. Is justice now being overshadowed by politics? A cry for help. Mrs. Leandria Wilson, removed without cause. Mrs. Wilson, seconded from the Court Management Services and acted as Legislative Counsel, allegedly had a disagreement with the clerk and was abruptly sent back to her ministry on the same day, again with no PR and no explanation. So once you disagree with the clerk, know that you will be losing your job. Aren't there established channels for conflict resolution? What has Parliament become? A house of cries. A cry for help. Source 6. Potential closure of the staff canteen, a basic benefit taken away. The Houses of Parliament's canteen is now on the verge of being shut down. Historically, former clerks to the Houses fought to maintain the canteen as a vital support for both parliamentarians and staff, providing meals at a subsidised rate. However, under the current clerk's leadership, the canteen has been operating sporadically. Instead of supporting this long-standing service, the clerk has redirected taxpayer funds to cater free food exclusively for parliamentarians and some selected staff, leaving the wider staff without this essential benefit. Furthermore, the contract for Miss Olga Taylor, who served as the cook, was not renewed. This despite the clerk publicly stating in a general staff meeting she had no intention of displacing canteen staff. Jamaica, what can go so? Stripping staff of a basic benefit like access to affordable meals is not just inconsiderate, it's unjust. This is a heavy cry for help. 7. Acting PFO forced to sign off breaches for payments. The acting PFO was threatened to sign off on payments that breached the procurement guidelines. The facility manager went and installed air conditioners from a provider without consulting the accounts department or going through the procurement process. Despite this, the PFO and the accounts department are being pressured by the clerk to make the payments. What has Gordon House become? 8. Former clerk to the Houses, still no pension payment. The former clerk to the Houses retired April 2024 and is without her pension. What is going on? Could this be sabotage? Miss Lowe must go! This pattern of bullyism and unchecked abuse of power is not just a workplace issue, it's a national concern. The staff at the Houses of Parliament are crying out and the question remains, who will answer? Will the government take action? Will the opposition step up? Jamaica, the time is now. We must remove the oppressors who are oppressing hard-working, honest Jamaicans. Miss Lowe must go. Coming all the way from Canada, more to come if Miss Lowe stays. Mr. Honourable Prime Minister, get her out!
Audrey. That is the clerk of the house. When you just push up hashtag Miss Lowe must go. She not even there for more than a year in us, Claudette. She not even there for more than a year. And already Lowe showing all of the signs of a dictator. Facilitated by Juliette Holness. Facilitated by Tonta Barris Finson. Miss Colleen Lowe must go. You hear there? Miss Colleen Lowe should go for McIntyre. Should go for all the canteen in a Claudette. Not only the canteen at Houses of Parliament, every staff normally gets subsidized meal. It is alleged. Only here there is a mini dictator. Is a mini dictator. Mighty God, Jamaica. A mini dictator. Only not ball out. Only not ball out. Almighty God. Evening the cloud.
Help, we hear the
We
beloved.
need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights.
Yes, Jamaica. I don't know if you're not tired of them. I don't know if you don't tired of them. When you see even Kia Osborne. Who remember Kia Osborne? When you see a woman like Kia Osborne Claudette write about the state of affairs of our democracy, you know that our democracy is under threat. When you see a woman like Kia Osborne decide to write about the state of Jamaica's democracy, you know that Jamaica's democracy is under threat. Colleen Lowe, when have you become this monster? Colleen Lowe, who facet Colleen? You're not talking about Colleen. Colleen, 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 Colleen. Colleen. Hey, somebody tell me if you ask you a question, I ask you that question tonight, you know. Colleen, is there an active investigation happening against you?
What can go so?
Is there an active investigation happening against you? Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Good night, big boss.
What is the Yeah, sir.
Size 13 here in that message. Size 13 is giving all that trouble. Remember, he was the one who put up on syrup and drinks and one chicken. And the same thing that doing in the House of Parliament is all that he might use somebody else to carry out the directives.
Oh! So you think a size 13?
I mean, then the family next lady leave, man. Size 13, and this lady come on, you know.
Saying that here said the farmer clerk of the house now get no pension.
What can go
so but you believe a size 13 behind it?
Of course, man, of course.
All right. No, thank you, my friend, but me up on a high tonight. Let me break something. Let me break something.
Run the chat.
Jamaica. I'm going to break something that is active. Just a moment. Just a moment, Jamaica. Can I get a quick keep me through or something until I get back everything up and running? Okay, it is good now. Don't break me. Don't break me. Now, Jamaica. Whilst Miss Blow is bullying the staff, can you like up the students? Like up the live, because it's very important that this live is liked up. Very important that this live is liked up. And bless up the superstar students, because what I'm about to reveal, I've never told a lie. And you know, Jamaica, you'll see it in subsequent broadcasts in months to come or weeks to come. But Colleen Lowe, is there any truth there's an active investigation happening against you? Is there any truth that there is an active investigation happening against you? If there's any truth to that story, is it because of the misappropriation of funds in the